according to Tiwa Savage say she still hopes to be in a relationship. In fact, she says she wants a man in her life. She wants to be in a relationship. She wants a man. But the kind of man she wants, well, according to her status, so I don't think that kind of man will be really hard to find. Oh, but she should be willing to share. She said, I want to date a man who has a private jet, yacht, and no baby mama. Can you imagine? A baby mama saying he needs a man that doesn't have a baby mama. Is that not wickedness? You a baby mama, a formerly married woman, not just a baby mama, because it wasn't an unfortunate incident. You are a baby mama, then you married and left the marriage. That one are two stigma. Now you say you need a man with a private jet, a yacht, and no baby mama. That means never been married before. Are you not selfish? Is that not selfishness?
I am still looking for someone, son. I don't have, and I think it's because I'm asking for specific things. Maybe I need to narrow my search down. Because what I'm actually looking for is someone that has a private plane, a yacht, someone who doesn't have baby mama dramas, because, I can't, yeah. So maybe, Shannon, is that my problem?
It might be.
Yeah.
Lower it down a little bit.
Really?
Just a little bit.
But how did you get yours? Because you told me you listened to it, like, how many times? 30 days in a row?
A whole year.
I don't have time to wait for a whole year. I'm trying to be in Central Pay at the end of the month. But listen, if you are still looking for someone, son, this is Shannon's advice. Listen to somebody's son for 30 days, 30 times a
Well, okay, guys, she might be joking, but sometimes all those people are actually really, really serious. You might see it as a joke, but then you will be so surprised she is mad serious. Mad serious. Is there anybody with a yacht, a private jet, and without a baby mama willing to take someone who was married before, who left the marriage and has a child, and also have a ex-husband that is still bliss, that is constantly in our business? Do you want such drama? Is there any man out there that wants such drama? Or as a young guy out there, if you ever get money, like you are super rich, you have a yacht, you have a private jet, and you have all the money in the world, will you want to look towards somebody like Tiwa Savage and settle? Be honest. Because sometimes all those poor-minded people, we that are poor now, we are seeing Tiwa Savage as a speck. But wait till you get money. Wait till you have money. Then you know you go see Tiwa Savage, you go see Tiwa Savage as babe. May you just need to knock and dump. I'm telling you guys. It's because no money. That is why you see Tiwa Savage as speck. I swear on God. And because you no money, that's why you dey see Tiwa Savage as speck. Let's be honest. If you have money today, the only way you go dey see Tiwa Savage na as person make you just wan knack, enjoy days with, carry go on expensive vacation and dump and move to the next one. Now poverty dey make us dey die for people like Tiwa Savage and people like Aswongo, like Toke Makiwa and the rest. Now poverty. If poverty no dey, if you get money today, you will be exposed to way more broader choices. Choices you have never comprehended that you will ever have. There are many choices of women out there. So many. They are way down up class than Tiwa Savage. I'm telling you that because of saying money no day, you are not exposed to those kind of choices. That's why you did deem your choice and be admiring Tiwa Savage. Tiwa Savage is so fine. It's good to be admired too. I know the talk says she's not fine. Or me also admire her most time because she's a credible and her talent and everything. And being a single mother and still trying. They admire her most of the time. But then again, for my mind, I know some money I don't get. If money dey, Tiwa Savage, I will admire her just to knack, and then move to the next one because there are so many choices that will be available for you that time. You know, let us now talk about this matter again. Again. The matter I make a fair talk yesterday that got people extremely hungry. Yes, so I still also want to talk again today. And it's about IVF. Where is my grog? It's about IVF. IVF. It's about IVF. In vitro fertilization is a medical procedure where an egg is fertilized by sperm outside the body, typically in a laboratory dish, and the result embryo is transferred to the uterus to establish a pregnancy. It often used to treat infertility due to issues like blockage of fallopian tube, low sperm count, or unexplained infertility. Here is a brief overview based on current knowledge. Okay, guys, IVF. I said something about IVF yesterday because I saw Tokimaki who was pregnant in relation to her. I wasn't using her, she has nothing to do with IVF, but then again, I just speak broadly about it based on what was online. Some people never listen to the video, or maybe they just read headline and not really go into the message, and they make all sorts of stupid comments like people may they don't go school, may they comprehend or whatsoever. Because if somebody is giving making a topic up, you listen to that person so that you will get exactly what that person they talk, and as he stand by it. I said it vividly. Don't misquote. Listen well. IVF without a man being involved should be banned. It's different from IVF should be banned. Even some guys say were making no crazy comments. See, those guys, are they gays? IVF without a man being involved should be banned. And many countries have already banned it because they do not need crisis in their country year after. Because whatever decision we make now will affect the future generation. What do I mean by IVF should be banned if a man is not involved? For instance, you are born into this world and you never knew your father. Then you ask your mom, "Mom, where is my dad?" Then your mom tells you that, "No, you don't have father." Of course, you will wonder, how? How is it possible I do not have a father? How is it possible I do not have a father? Abi, you ask a question because naturally it is not possible to have a child without a father. Then your mom going to tell you that I just went into the lab and I bought a sperm. Then I implanted it inside my egg and you came to being. How will you feel? How will you feel? That is why people end up with mental issues. They have mental issues. They are depressed. And so many other crazy things happening. How will you feel that you were born in a lab? In a laboratory? How will you feel? I'm not gonna feel good. Let me be honest. I'm not gonna feel good. That is why in some countries like UAE, IVF was established. It is clearly stated here. IVF was established, is often used to treat infertility. That is the reason for IVF. Due to issues like blockage for a blocked fallopian tube, low sperm count, and unexplained infertility. It wasn't meant for feminist women. It wasn't meant for a woman who just decide to say, I do not need a man in my life. I want to just have a child. IVF is not meant for them. IVF is meant for couples who are struggling. IVF is meant for couples who have infertility issues. That is the reason why God brought that kind of knowledge to man so that they can assist themselves from there. Not for feminists who just rubbish their life and just feel like, oh, it is time that, you know what, let me just have a child. I do not need a man in my life. Nah, after all, I can get it pregnant in the lab. IVF is not meant for you. It was never stated here. It was never stated that IVF is meant for you. That's why I said a man must be involved, because that is the full meaning of what IVF is meant for. Couples, infertility issues, not for feminists. Now people start going, how dare you say, do you people read? Do you people even understand? See, ain't no amount of whatever you think that's going to make me change my mind. IVF is meant for struggling couples. And if anybody want to do IVF without a man being involved, should be stopped. Exactly the way UAE is using. Even UAE even went further. UAE said that a woman cannot go through IVF without a spouse. They never said without a boyfriend. That means a woman can only do IVF if a spouse, like a married man, somebody married to her, is involved. She cannot just go there and find a man and say, please donate, or a boyfriend. No, you must be married in order for you to do IVF. If you are not married, you cannot do it in UAE. Your boyfriend cannot do it for you in UAE. And I think Nigeria should bring that up as well. Those people just going around trying to do some useless stuff in the lab simply because they have money, they should be stopped. Because it's going to affect our generation tomorrow. IVF is good for struggling couples, not for struggling people who are in a relationship, not for boyfriend or girlfriend, not for feminists. For struggling couples, that IVF is good for them. I stand for IVF for struggling couples, not for people who are in a relationship. IVF is not good for you, and you people should be banned for going through IVF. And not for feminists, not for women who feel like they do not need a man in their life.